Hello guys, welcome to Tech TPLM. This is video number 2 of the Flutter mobile application development tutorial series from Tech TPLM. In the video number 1, we have learned what is Flutter and why we need to use Flutter and what are the benefits of using Flutter. So in this video, we are going to discuss about how do we install or how do we set up the development environment. So we need mainly 5 things for start developing Flutter mobile application. First of all, we need to download Android Studio or Visual Studio Code. Then we have to download Flutter software development kit. Then we have to extract that Flutter software development kit, and then we have to set the environment path, and finally we have to install the Flutter and Dart plugin in the Android Studio. So let's go ahead and do that. I will show you each step. So first we need to download the Android Studio. For downloading the Android Studio, you can open your Google Chrome or any other browser and search for like download Android Studio. Okay, so you will be taken to developer.android.com. So Google will give you a suggestion. You can go to developer.android.com website, and once you go there, you can see there is download Android Studio option. So it's automatically detecting the operating system. For me, I'm using Windows operating system 64-bit, so it automatically detected the operating system. So it makes our life easier. So you can go ahead and click the download Android Studio button. So it will ask you to accept the terms, then accept the terms and click download Android Studio button. So this download will take some time, depends on your internet speed. So for me it is showing like 2 minutes left. If you're using Google Chrome, you can see here like in the bottom left corner of the status bar, you can see the status of the downloading. It's comparatively a big sized file. You can see here 897 megabytes is there. So it is downloading faster, but still we have to wait until the download get completed. You can see now in the status bar our download is finished. You can see the Android Studio installation file is now downloaded. So you can go to the downloads folder either by clicking here and click on show in folder. So when you click this option, it will take you to the downloads folder of your computer. So you can see here Android Studio IDE for Windows is downloaded now. Or you can use your Windows Explorer here. You click the Windows Explorer, then you click on the downloads option, then you will be taken to the downloads, you'll be taken to the downloads folder where you can see the setup file is downloaded. Okay, so once you download the setup file, what you have to do is like you can right click on that setup file and you can go to run as administrator. So this is for installing the Android Studio in your computer. Okay, sometimes your system may give you some warning like this is not recognized or something like that. Just go ahead and click on the run button. So it will start the installation option once you click that run button. If there is any other pop-up message comes, you can click yes on it. Now you can see like Android Studio setup dialog box is started. So for me it is saying like uninstall the old version and reinstall the new version because I already have Android Studio installed in my computer. For you it will be starting with like selecting the language and the usual installation process. You can choose all the defaults and click the next and finish the installation. It may take some time because Android Studio installation configuration file real time it is connecting to the Google server and downloading the required files to your computer. For me, I'm not continuing with this one because I already installed the Android Studio previously in my computer, so that version is also like I updated, so I don't need to continue with this one. You can just continue by choosing the default option. So we can imagine like you already installed what Android Studio in your computer, so I'm canceling this one. So now the next thing you have to do is to download the Flutter SDK. So same like we have downloaded the Android Studio, you can search on Google Chrome download Flutter SDK. So it will take you to the Flutter official website. So you can click on that website link. So it will take you to the flutter.dev website. Once you reach the Flutter website, you can see there is a button called Get Started. So you can click on Get Started. Then you can see installation, Windows, Mac, Linux, Chrome, everything is there. So you could choose, you could click on the option of which operating system you are using. So for me, I'm using Windows, so I'm clicking Windows option. So it is asking me to download the Flutter Windows table.zip. So you can click that button. Then same like we downloaded the Android Studio file, it will also start downloading. It's also a pretty big file, a group of files, almost 667 megabytes is there. So it may take some time to get downloaded, depends on your internet speed. So I'm living in a country which is having comparatively high internet speed. So for me, my download may finish a little more faster. So maybe you are living in another country like which is having more internet speed, so you might be finishing faster than me. Let's wait for it to get completed. So you can see now the Flutter SDK download is now completed. So now before we are moving to the downloads folder and accessing the Flutter SDK, what we have to do is like we have to go to our computer and this PC, then you have to go to local disk C and you make a folder there called SRC. SRC stands for source. So we are just making a folder there called SRC. You know how to make a folder, right? So make a folder, go ahead and make a folder called SRC. Once you finish making that folder, what you have to do is like you have to go back to the downloads folder. And you can see there Flutter for Windows SDK. So Flutter SDK is now downloaded. So it's a zipped folder. So what we require to do is like we need to unzip this one and put it inside the SRC folder. So you can right click on this folder and you can click on extract all. Then you go to browse and you have to choose like this PC, then local disk C. Then you click on SRC, then you click select folder. So you can see here C:/SRC. Then you go ahead and click what? Extract button to extract the content of the downloaded folder to this source SRC folder. So I'm not clicking extract button here because I have already done this. So you can go ahead and click the extract button. So it will show you the extraction status, like how much it is completed. So once complete extraction finished, we need to set the environment path. Okay, so you please go ahead and extract it. I'm not extracting because I have already extracted. So once you finish extracting, so what you have to do is like you go back to the C drive and you go inside the SRC folder. So inside the SRC folder you will see another folder called Flutter. So you double click that folder, so you can see many like configuration file related to the Flutter development. These all are the settings file for Flutter development. So what we have to do next is to set the environment variable. So for setting the environment variable, what we will do is like we know this path, right? So at the top you can see this path. So you can click this one. So you can see this is a real path, C:/SRC Flutter. So this is the path to our environment variable. So we will just right click and copy this. Okay, then what you have to do is like you have to go to your Windows prompt. Here you can search here env. So once you search env, you will get an option called edit the system environment variable. So you click that option. So once you click that option, you can see there is a button. There is like system properties, and under the system properties there is advanced tab, and inside the advanced tab you can see there is a button called environment variable. So go ahead and click that button. So once you click that button, you can see like under the user variable there is something called path. So you click path, then you click on edit. So you will get something like this. Okay, then what you have to do is like you can click on new button. So I already set it to C:/SRC Flutter/bin. that is the environment variable we are supposed to do. So what you have to do is like you click on new, paste the path we have copied, then put a slash again, then give what, bin. Okay, so c:/src flutter bin, this is the environment variable path. So I'm not clicking OK for this one because I already have the environment variable set here. So you just set it, then you click OK button. So I'm clicking the cancel button. Right? Okay, so once you set that, in the system level we have done everything. So now we have to do is like we have to configure this option inside configure Flutter inside the what, Android Studio. So for configuring the Flutter inside the Android Studio, what you have to do is like you have to go ahead and open Android Studio. So you can see either Android Studio button here, or you can search for the Android Studio installation. So you click on Android Studio, so the Android Studio will open for you. So you will get the welcome screen of the Android Studio there, where you have an option to start new Android Studio project and all those things. So you can see there is an option called start new Flutter project, which is not for you now because you haven't installed the Flutter plugin, Flutter and Dart plugin. So what we have to do is like we can click on the configure button. So once you click the configure button, there is an option called settings. So you go to the settings, then you will get a dialog box like this. In that dialog box, in the left side, you can see there is appearance, key map, editor, plugin. So in the plugin, here you search for Flutter. So once you search for the Flutter, you can see it will show up Flutter like this. My case, it is showing installed because I already installed the Flutter plugin to my Android Studio. Your case, it will be showing like a button called install. So you go ahead and click install button. So once you click the install button, immediately you will see another message like this Flutter plugin need support of another plugin called Dart. Shall we install that also? So you have to click yes on that because Flutter and Dart work together. Dart is a programming language used for Flutter development. So when you install Flutter plugin, it's very important to install the Dart plugin also along with the Flutter plugin installation. So the installation will take less than a minute. It is very easy, very fast. So go ahead and install it and click OK button. So now you are 100% ready for starting your first Flutter project. All the configuration is done with the Android Studio. So I have to tell you one more thing, like some people prefer to use Android Studio, but some people prefer to use another code editor called Visual Studio Code. So let's see how we can configure Flutter in Visual Studio Code. For that, you have to download the Visual Studio Code as usual. So you can click on download VS Code. Okay. So you can see there is like link to that will be displayed in the Google. So you click that option, then you will be taken to that website, and you can see there is Windows option. You click on this button, so it will start downloading. So I'm not downloading. So I know I don't want to teach you like this simple downloading tips and tricks and all those things, because if you are here to learn Flutter, that means you are much more familiar with the computer. So please go ahead and download and install Visual Studio Code. Once you download and install Visual Studio Code, so you will have something like this in your desktop. So you can double click and open it. So once you open Visual Studio Code, you will not see anything like this. I'm just closing this project. Okay. So you will usually see something like this, a welcome screen. So in the welcome screen, you can see there is extension option. So in this extension, you search for Flutter. So once you search for Flutter, you can see there is an option called Flutter, and you will have an option to install it. For me, it is disable and uninstall because I already installed this thing in the Visual Studio Code. So once you click the install button, the Flutter will be added to your Visual Studio Code. Okay, so that's how you set up the Flutter installation configuration file. One more thing, one more important thing you have to do is like you have to go to the Flutter SDK in the C drive. So you can go to Flutter and you will see something called a Flutter console there. So after finishing all the setup, all the setup we did, we have downloaded the Android Studio, then we have downloaded the Flutter SDK, and we have set the path for the Flutter SDK. Then we have installed the Flutter and Dart plugin. All these things are completed. Once you finish all these things, you have to make sure yourself that this is done correctly or not, right? So for that, you can go to Flutter folder, then you can see something called a Flutter console. Okay, so in the Flutter console, you can simply say like Flutter space doctor. Okay, so it's a self-checking, self-configuration checking. So if there is any problems, it will show it here. So see here, this is like Android toolchain is okay, Android Studio is okay, VS Code is okay. Only the warning is for the connected device, because I haven't connected any mobile device to my computer right now. So that's the only warning or only issue doctor found. That means all other things are proper, all other things are set up correctly. Okay, so this is one way you can make sure that your Flutter installation or all the steps we have done so far is working fine or not. Okay, so this is how you set up the development environment. So next video will be about how to create a new project in Flutter mobile app development. So we will explain that in detail like we did now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you for watching, and make sure that you subscribe if you found the content useful, and your comments are very valuable for me. So make sure that you comment your suggestions, or if you understand, you can comment I understand. Then if you face any problems, you can comment it down below. I will try to help on this. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you in the another video. Bye bye.